To make your team even stronger, you can permanently increase your stats through Booster Buns, but I do want to warn you that you should know something before you actually dump all your boosters into your stats. Now I'll go into that a little bit later at the end of the video, but for now, I'll just show off the locations for each booster you can get by Chapter 3. Most of these boosters are both rare steals and rare drops, but there's a couple that are just rare steals. So I'll show you my setup so that you can get the stat buns more consistently. You can check out the timestamps in the description and the pinned comment to find exactly what you're looking for. And real quick, I wanted to give a shout out to Chairman Hiro here for giving me this tip that partly inspired me to create this guide to begin with. If you guys got tips for guides I should be making, leave me a comment and I'd be more than happy to shout you out. There's two parts to this setup. There's the steals and the drops. For steals, you're going to need thief gloves, preferably 2 on each character. Now you can get these thief gloves in Chapter 2 by cutting the grass in different areas, most notably the Wiswald Woods, but I find that this is just too inconsistent. You'll be able to purchase the thief gloves in Chapter 3 anyway. Aside from the thief gloves, you should have all characters master the thief drop class. Doing this is going to get you the abilities Magpie and the Rob Blind passive ability. The other skill that's going to help you out quite a bit is Lucky Charm with your freelancers. It's kind of speculated that Lucky Charm is essentially doubling your chance of succeeding with stealing and other percentage-based abilities. Now for drops, you'll need to level the Gambler class until you get the Rare Talent passive. This is going to raise the rare drops you receive by 10%, but you can stack this by equipping it on everyone to maximize your chances. Night Shift is another Gambler passive that helps out too. Actually, Lenia272 was the one that let me know about this trick, so thanks Lenia, I appreciate that. I also like to use solar powered or lunar powered, depending on if it's day or night. Again, the whole point is to use passive abilities that increase your luck. When the battle starts, I cast Lucky Charm on everyone and just steal away until I get the booster. Lucky Charm also seems to help with the rare drops too, so it's a nice substitute if you don't have the thief gloves yet and you still want to farm stat boosters early. Starting off here with the Prologue, over at the Halcyon Beach here, the Sahajins have a rare steal to get defense boosters. You won't have access to these consistently for quite some time, but just remember these here because you won't see enemies that carry defense boosters too often. In the north area, you can fight the Brimstone Stallions for speed buns. Now they're going to be a rare steal and a rare drop. You want to fight them at night for the best results because you'll run into formations with multiple stallions at night compared to during the day. Over at the Veil of Sighs, this big demon Hecatonshare, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, well, he'll have physical attack boosters as a rare steal or a rare drop. It's really good because it's super early in the game to boost your physical attack. Now in Chapter 1 here, the Wikis have a rare steal and a rare drop for speed boosters. This is really inconsistent to get in the early stages of the game, but I figured I'd put it in here for those that are interested. At the Sandswept Ruins, you can fight the big Daida Barochi for a restoration power booster. These are going to be rare drops or rare steals. At the Underground Reservoir, Lop-eared Rat Bits over here have a rare steal of evasion boosters. Now, it's only a rare steal, not a rare drop for this one. Once you hit Chapter 2, boosters become way more prevalent since the Gambler class has opened up, and with rare talent equipped on everyone, you can get a lot of rare drops from this chapter alone. Just in the world map here, you have rock tortoises that have rare drops and rare steals for defense boosters. You got Vesp pests that have aim boosters for rare drops and rare steals. Stagger moths for evasion boosters as rare drops and rare steals. And molders for magic defense boosters as rare drops and rare steals. In the sewers, skeleton sellswords have rare steals for physical attack boosters. Again, just like the Sahajin and the Lop-eared Ratbit, these are just rare steals only, not rare drops. The Ventus elements have rare drops and rare steals for MP boosters. The Gigantos have rare steals and rare drops for critical boosters, which are really good to stock up on. Definitely one of the best spots to grab crit boosters, especially once you already have the monster treats to farm them easier. Over at the Wiswald Woods, you can grab magic boosters from the mossy fungu enemies as a rare drop and a rare steal. Really good if you want to build up your mage damage. Over at the Treetop Tower, you'll fight a ton of Hellhounds, which have rare drops and rare steals for speed buns. Over at the Secret Studio here, you can fight Fallen Folials for restoration boosters as rare drops and rare steals. You can also fight the Bronze Lions here for magic defense boosters as a rare steal or a rare drop. And finally, to wrap this chapter up, in the Misama Woods, you can fight the Golden Bears to get HP boosters as rare drops and rare steals. Once you're at Chapter 3, you can purchase the Thief Gloves, and it's here that you can get any booster you want at this point in the game. On the world map here, you got the Yeti that has HP boosters as rare drops and rare steals. The Kukulkan has a magic defense booster as a rare drop and a rare steal. Dusk Wizzies have magic attack boosters as rare drops and rare steals. Shadow Moths have evasion boosters as rare drops and rare steals. Polar Bears have defense boosters as rare drops and rare steals, but these guys are kind of difficult to find, so I'd suggest stealing from the Sahajins in order to get your defense boosters instead. And lastly, here you can grab the physical attack boosters from the Aka Onis here as rare drops and rare steals. Again, these guys are kind of uncommon to run into, so I would just plan to head over to the sewers in Wiswald to farm attack boosters from the skeleton cell swords. Now for the dungeons in Chapter 3, you've got the Serpent's Grotto, where you can get the restoration boosters from Tyrans as rare drops and rare steals. And there's also the Lux elements that have speed boosters as rare drops and rare steals. The Jaws of Judgment dungeon have White Fangs, where you can get aim boosters as rare drops and rare steals. There's also the Azales that have HP boosters as rare drops and rare steals. And lastly, the Frost Tortoise that have critical boosters as rare drops and rare steals. Now, before you go using your boosters like crazy, just know one thing, that if you're looking to play New Game Plus, the stats that you've boosted do not carry over. So essentially, when you begin a New Game Plus, your stats will get reset back to normal as if you never used the boosters to begin with. But there's a loophole. Now, if you beat the game with the boosters in your inventory, you'll begin a New Game Plus with those boosters ready to use. Then you can use boosters to raise your stats permanently. That's the warning I was talking about at the beginning of this video. It's a dirty little trick that they use, but it's pretty easy to get boosters quickly anyway. Hope this video helped you guys out, and feel free to check out my other Bravely Default 2 guides.